Yo, what's up? Today is Monday, January 5th. No news today. Let's go to news. Oh, we have PMI up 10 a.m. My account is still at the same shit. When do I get charged again? The 18th. Yeah, the 18th I renew again. Alright, what are we doing though? So, let's go in the higher time frame, 4 hour. We already dropped down to this very big high time frame discount level. Taking this outside. Literally at 0.62 we reverse. Then we push up on both NQ and ES. ES and still inside of this daily. NQ technically inverse the daily. But then we're pushing up now inside of this bearish range. We have buy side on ES and equal buy side as well. So two kind of buy side targets, but we just tapped OTE of this bearish range as well as kind of edge this inside this 4 hour, edge this little 2 hour, inside this 2 hours wick, edge this 2 hour order block though, or breaker block, and looks to be rejecting. So we're gonna wait till 10 a.m. has PMI news coming out. We're gonna see if price pushes up or pushes down to see whether the draw is bullish or bearish. The 4 hour on ES is looking bullish. If we close above here, we'll make a shift. Could retrace down, but we do have this new week as well. New day right there, and then new week right below. So stacked confluences, and we're in this new week already. So we'll just have to wait and see. Sort of the 15-minute, see if we get a shift down, like 1 hour, before we get a shift on the 15. So. Alright, 10 a.m. is about to start. I just want to see what PMI does. And we do end up closing higher, so. End up marking out this 1 hour order block on ES. This 1 hour order block on ES, on ES, on ES, on ES. Like my fucking breast, fucking bitch. I guess we're just gonna wait and see. There's really no other confluences. We do have this 4 hour on ES. The fuck? Just do. Just put array. It's funny. Whatever, there's this 4 hour fair value gap right here on ES. See if we get a tap into this. Possible range. See what happens in this little tap of this 1 hour. Still consolidation right here on the 5-minute. Sorry, just loaded this high. Yeah, so we tapped that 1 hour order block. If we end up closing above this and then we retrace, I'm gonna take a trade. Alright, so I have this limit order for 8 cons. At this order block right there, a few ticks above, to be honest. Seeing if price could end up pushing down, just because ES has a decent amount of confluences above that we could tap, and we push out of that 4 hour as well. We got those equal highs right there. So yeah, there's a decent amount of confluences, to be honest. We'll see if we end up ever getting some sort of retrace or not, but we couldn't. Who really knows? If not, then it is what it is. But I'm not gonna do the same bullshit I do every time, where I skew my RR. I'm just gonna keep my shit the same. See if I get tapped in. If I don't, then I don't. It's the fucking trade, bro. So who gives a shit? Holy crap. It looks like we could have gotten edged here. If we do, then we do. If we don't, then we don't. I really don't care. Still an eval, so. It looks like we could have gotten fucked here, but who knows? It is what it is, bro. I'll update y'all what happens. So it looks like we could have actually have gotten edged here. Just a few ticks above. I probably wouldn't have gotten an entry either, because if I put it right here, I would not have entered at this low. So if anything, we take this high. Could maybe take a trade off of 15-minute order block, possibly. Or we could reverse our bias entirely. But we'll just have to wait and see what possibly can happen. We still have bias out on ES untapped, so who knows? We could still get some sort of shift, or maybe entry in general. We are still on high time frame OTE of this range, so in the end, this could be a loss of a trade, but we did tap that 1 hour already, so to me this looks decent, not bad. Doesn't look too bad, to be honest. We're gonna see if we get a tap at it, or if we don't. Yeah, it looks like we're not gonna get an entry on this trade. Price never really ended up doing what it needed to do. Really just tapping the wick. I guess I could have taken a trade off of the wick, but it is what it is. Probably not gonna take a trade anyways. We could get a reversal after this, so just gonna be patient. Keep my trade up until price, the objective does get taken. And shit, so. Pretty lame. Honestly, some lame shit, but that's life, bro. You're not gonna get everything. So price ends up pushing to the target. That's just how it is. Now, what are some other targets we have? We really don't have much of anything, for being honest. This 2-hour order block right there. Of course, buy side right over here. We do have equal highs on the S, so could end up pushing up there. But I want to see this closure of this 15 if we are to take any other trade. Thing is, we could end up getting a reversal soon. So for notes, if price doesn't end up tapping 5-minute order block, and if you want, and if there is a intermediate low, you could take a trade at the wick and lower your stop loss to this lower your stop loss to the intermediate term low, very recently formed. Since that order block was tapped, I wouldn't expect it to go back down to that level. So price could end up tapping into that wick instead. Yeah, just kind of play around with it, because yeah, that 3-minute was low-key pretty close, stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna see if we might have another trade opportunity off of this 15-minute. Pushing up. Alright, so price pushed down, retrace into the wick of this 5-minute order block, not the 15-minute though. I'm gonna wait to see if we get any sort of 2-minute more constructive shift upwards for our small trade, since we still have equal buy side and a daily for value gap on ES as a target. I'm gonna be patient though. We're gonna see if we can get a small little trade off of this, seeing as price still didn't even tap that 15 yet. But we could end up doing it, so we're gonna wait and see. Okay, so this is where it's kind of tricky. 2-minute still shows consolidation. The 3-minute shows some clear displacement, still not above this high though. So that's something. And the 5-minute as well has made a lower low, or a low in consolidation. I'm just waiting for this to be closed above, possibly here. I don't know if this high is, yeah, okay, those are the same highs. I want to see a closure above here to then take a trade off this order block. We're gonna get a 15-minute closure as well. So yeah, we're just gonna see if this trade can play out, maybe. Literally just to this high as a type of trade. I want to see some sort of push up on both ES and NQ. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll take it. See if you get a tap through. Could end up losing this, but if anything, it doesn't seem like a terrible trade idea. After the 15-minute shift, so I don't know. Could be a consolidation point for whatever this 15-minute is. Or we could just be expanding lower. That's the hard part. It could just be an expansion lower and we could have just lost this trade. But I don't know, it seems like we have targets being higher on ES. And Q just having that 2 hours, so I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so I'm going break even now. See how price wants to react. Alright, so trade hit. I didn't pass the account because I didn't trade. To pass the account, I mean, I should have, but I didn't, so it's okay. We'll see if tomorrow we can get some sort of trade down. But this was a good trade, decent trade. Based off of that 15-minute tap, of course, we could have gotten a trade right here and gotten a way better RR, but that's life, so we're going to review this in a second. Give me a little bit. Alright, so a little bit of a review recap. So we started the day off around 9:30. We already rejected off this 4 hour, pushed our way back down inside OTE of this range. So looking for either shorts or longs depending on which way the market wants to end up shifting. So at 10 a.m. we end up forming this shift right here. Solid market structure shift above both of these, above this high right here. This little candle with this strong CISD. So what do I look for after? Price then taps into this 1 hour order block, which gives me confidence that price is going to push up. Price then continues to manipulate, consolidate on the 5-minute range. I want to see an expansion move out of consolidation. We see that right here. I have an entry right here, pretty much a few ticks above, right here, targeting this high, around a 1-to-1, right there. Trade idea right there. Price never ends up tapping in. Instead, we end up tapping the wick multiple times of this order block. The 3-minute doesn't get tapped on the body either, so in situations like these, you want to be entering within equilibrium, right? But I mean, this was an instance where equilibrium wasn't tapped of either of these ranges. Even if we go to, let's say right here, equilibrium wasn't tapped at all. So that order block was a good entry. Sometimes you're gonna miss it, but you can possibly take it at this wick if your RR can substantiate for it. So let's say we put our entry at the order block wick on the 5-minute, right? Or even this little wick right here. Our RR could still be a 1-to-1 because an intermediate low is presented with the tap of this order block. So since we rejected off that order block and we already expanded higher, price shouldn't go back down to that order block since we already expanded out of consolidation. That is an instance where you could take a trade like this, continuing to remain at a 1-to-1 RR, just based off of where your stop loss is. But we missed that trade, so we were patient. We end up pushing even higher. Market makes a 15-minute market structure shift. We mark out this 15-minute order block. Price, in fact, does go down and tap into this order block. Right here, I'm looking at the low time frame to see some sort of what is it called, expansion move higher out of this consolidation range. Again, price on the 5 minute pushes above this high with a a wick out. We don't get a strong closure, but we still get a wick, so that counts as a shift. I put a market entry right here at this order block, targeting a 1-to-1 just to this low hanging fruit high. Another reason why this worked was because the 3 minute also had this shift up on, although we did not tap into this high right here, which technically means that we didn't tap out of consolidation. The 2 minute structure was not providing anything whatsoever, really, except for this little wick right here to take that, and then this order block take right here on the 2 minute. But the 5 minute to me looked cleaner as we took out this internal high. As you can see, this counts because this 5 minute is the only high in the consolidation range, whereas this had two highs, this high right here and this high right here, and we closed above both of them. Right, so if we were to only close above this one on this trade idea, then this would be an invalid expansion since we still have this high inside the range. So for notes, you want to write down that you want to go off the internal high and low in the consolidation range of the 5 minute to be pushed out, wicked out of, not necessarily closed above, but wicked out of, closed, at least above 50%. So it's not like a really weird wick. It is still a decently strong wick and close candle. So 3 minute also aligned pretty well. So a lot of confluences to align with. That's it for the day. Thanks.